Hi, my name is Lou Patton, and I'm here to introduce our class project. The project was about Lyndon B. Johnson, and I'm going to introduce my team. Vicki Chisholm will be talking about LBJ and the Great Society. Then Karen Paris will be talking about LBJ and the Civil Rights Movement. And then Jason Williams will be talking about LBJ as the Vice President. I will be talking about LBJ and the part that he played in the Vietnam War. So thank you very much for your attention. We've enjoyed putting this together. We hope you like it and hopefully get something from it. And it's also our last project before the semester ends, and in my case, this is my last project before graduation in about a week. So thank you very much for your attention, and hope you like it. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Vicki Chisholm, and tonight we're going to be talking on Lyndon B. Johnson, the Great Society. That's my part. We have 4 different parts here. The Great Society kind of goes into a little bit of the civil rights and the Vietnam War, but my peers later is going to be discussing that in this video. The Great Society, actually, Lyndon B. Johnson, he did a whole lot of work in the Great Society. He had a vision that he spoke about, a speech made the 22nd, 1964, at the University of Michigan. And what he spoke about, he had a vision of the Great Society to help the poor, to cure some of the troubles that the poor had in the American society. Number 1 was education. He funded education for pre-K, for Head Start, for college education funds, also for housing, low-income housing, welfare, food stamps, Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security increases. Lyndon B. Johnson didn't talk the talk of legacy. He actually walked the walk. He lived the life which was not a large profile. He was a very low-profile man, private, but the carriage of what he promised to do for America and the achievements for this great society were monumental. How about that?
Okay.
So that ends my discussion with the Great Society, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We worked hard for it. Good night.
Lyndon B. Johnson, he was known as the greatest president to fight for the civil rights for African Americans.
Okay.
He put the most productivity in civil rights. Lyndon B. Johnson, he passed the Civil Rights Act in 1964, the Voters Act in 1965,
Okay.
also the Fair Housing Act in 1968.
Okay. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
When you say fair housing, what do you think? What do you think?
Fair housing for everyone out of poverty, and to help expand for better living conditions.
So you mean people sometimes they couldn't get a house because of the color of their skin?
Because of the color of their skin. Even the Equal Employment Act opportunity, because of he cut that out for discrimination.
Gotcha.
Okay.
For as the civil rights, how long did it take for us to vote, to get a chance to vote, being a black African American?
For African Americans, it went on back when Martin Luther King was fighting before he was assassinated. They was working all together on Kennedy before he was assassinated. They was working on the Civil Rights Act. Kennedy, he was working on it, but L.B. Johnson, he took it when he became president. He took it and went full force with it.
So let me get this straight. If you wanted to keep people from voting, what would you do? What do you think we were doing as a country before LBJ got in? We were actually charging a poll tax. People had to pay money to go vote.
Exactly.
He changed all that, didn't he?
He
he changed that, and because African Americans didn't have the funds, they didn't have the tools, and they didn't have the resources to have the money to vote, and he changed that to make it a better world because he made a way for Obama to even come in to be active for African Americans for the world today.
Okay, Lou, I want to wrap it up with one question for Karen. How do you feel today with us being able to vote as being African American?
I feel like we have freedom of speech. We're more open, and we're progressing. We're able to go to school. We're able to have, leadership positions, CEO positions.
Okay. All right then. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, this is Lou Patton back with you again, talking about the LBJ administration, and we want to talk briefly about the Vietnam War and LBJ. President Johnson really escalated the war in Vietnam, sending troops to hopefully stem the tide of communism that was spreading. Just to give you an idea, from 1955 to 1975, 56,207 American service people died in Vietnam. An additional 153,503 were wounded, and 2,489 U.S. Service people are still considered missing. As you can tell, it was a pretty it cost a great deal to be in Vietnam. I'm not sure, of course it's just my opinion, but not sure what we accomplished there, but it was a great cost to this country, and I can tell you that back then, having lived through it myself, there was a lot of things going on in the United States, and Vietnam was another indicator of how split this country was. There were some people who went to the military and did, the thing that was that they were called to do. There were some people that if you went to college, you could get out of going to the military, which a lot of people did. Then there were some who went to Canada and burned their draft cards. So it wasn't a popular time as far as the United States was concerned, and of course President Johnson bore the brunt of that because he sent quite a number of people, more people than at any other time during the Vietnam War. He was the one that was responsible for escalating the war. So that wasn't something that I'm sure that he endured, and it's not something that he wanted to do, but again, that was history. Personally speaking, the people that went to Vietnam, the people that were in the service, they didn't have the money to go to college. There was like a certain segment of society were the ones that went to join the military. So there's a lot of things to be said about it, but LBJ was the conductor of the orchestra, so to speak, that really put the most people in Vietnam. So it was a traumatic experience for him, I'm sure. Okay, thanks.
We're here at 20 and LBJ Freeway, which turns into 635. So we wanted to get a picture of this sign. Oh, that helped. And here's Karen here. She's taking a picture of the sign. We're trying to do everything we can to make 100 on this project. We're going to get ran over. And this is a sign that was built for him, and it actually turns into 635 from here in Lancaster. Karen, you want to say something?
Yeah, we're here with LBJ Freeway. Big, let me take you on there. Let me take you with the people. How to do it?
Just You see it? You see it up there?
Okay, then go out there.
And this is